Okay guys, this is Sean from Solis Review. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that clicking stuff. Today we'll be going over the Prime 1 Guyver 1 statue. I have been waiting a very long time for this and I'm so pumped to look it over and review it. I saw a video from Alex where he was opening his and you could just see that excitement. Man, I was pumped to see it for myself. Okay, well, let's begin here. I got the Ultimate Edition. With the Ultimate Edition, you get a extra bust, portrait, and extra set of blades that come with it. Now, okay, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up, as I have in the past. You also have a spare arm that you can switch out here. So starting from the base, it has essentially relatively the same base that the other Guyver units all have. It's kind of a dull silver metal color. It's subdued like all the previous ones. It's almost exactly the same. It's good, you know, you probably wouldn't want it to be colored because it would draw away from the character of the Guyver. Plus it would be different with this one being blue and the Guyver 3 being kind of a purplish black. So I think uniformity wise, the kind of a gunmetal speaks for itself as being the right choice. Now the base is about the same size, it looks like, as the others. It is massive, very round, very big, huge. Now I would say that looking at the base beyond that, where the dirt and rock begin, that is, I have to say, one of my favorite parts of the entire piece. The rock painting on here is fantastic. So many layers, contours, shadow, different colors. Even the dirt that the rock is coming out of, it looks amazing. This is by far how they need to paint rocks because wow, it's just really impressive. Looking at here, I would say the weakest part of the base, I'm gonna have to agree, if I'm finding something, I'm gonna agree with Alex. It's got to be the tree here. The paint, I mean, it does look a bit flat. It's, like Gio had said, it could be a dead tree. I get that, but there's a massive seam on where the branch connects that I think it could have been maybe done better. A lot of their other marks on here that are purposeful, scratches, cuts, they look like they come from either the Guyver or the Zoanoid. This, I guess you could look at it as maybe like it's a cracked branch that's dying. I can get past that. I think I only noticed it because I built it. If you were someone looking at the tree, you may just think it was intentional. I don't know. It's hard to say from that perspective. Okay, let's move on to the Zoanoid. Fantastic. I love the nail work that they do on these. It's different than on the Guyver 3 Gregel. This one's a little more clear, humanoid nail kind of a thing versus like a greener on the Gregel one. There's still like a see-through kind of acrylic. It feels like real nails here, like something you'd see at a shop. Now, the blood on these things, the blood on this statue, surprisingly, is much superior to, in my opinion, to the Guyver 3 unit. Let me first start off saying Guyver 3 was always my favorite Guyver. Yeah, he's tops for me, but when I heard reviews and opinions of this statue beforehand that it was one of the best prime ones ever made. And after seeing Guyver 3 first and then seeing Guyver 1, you know, I have to agree. This has been one treat to be able to see this statue, to see how much it is superior to Guyver 3. I love that statue. It's one of my favorite statues ever. But there is no doubt that this Guyver 1 is superior in paint, in the detail, the shine on things, the extra work done on the second torso, the second portrait, which I'll show later, the blood work. I don't want to get too pulled away, we'll get through everything, but the blood is just one of the very first things that I noticed. It actually looks like liquid blood on the Guyver 1. Guyver 3, it looks like blood, but it looks like more dry blood. Let's say that. It looks fresh, like, holy cow, he just got his arm cut off, kind of a thing. The detail inside there is astounding, a treat. And you know what? It's surprising. They even did the back of the Zoanoid cut in half. You can see all the innards working, and oh, it looks fresh. It's just like it's a hidden treat, because if you didn't spin it around, you would never know that it was there. And there's so much extra detail there. It's amazing. Looking at the Zoanoid here, I do definitely see something really odd, I think, about the jaw. Just like what Alex had said before. In the corner of where the upper gums would connect into the mouth, it's white, and you can see the polystone, in my opinion. It doesn't look like something that makes sense. So if I'm finding things, if I have to pick what I would change, that's one of them. That's an odd thing to me. I don't know why they chose that. Let's see here. The muscle details are fantastic. I love the blood on the rock. It's stellar here. I mean, even the fur looks pretty great here, guys. This is fantastic. So much detail. I love this removable arm. This is just crazy. It's so good looking. Oh man, so many details in here. Okay, so let's put that back in there. Now, looking at Guyver himself. Wonderful detail. I'm loving, there's a lot of depth to this blue. It's not just a simple blue. There's shading, there's purples in it, there's darker colors. I love the muscle fibers in between the armor plates, the purple in there. That is fantastic. That I love it. You know, I even think that there's a degree of superiority to the silver, this is like, I believe, a gravity ball on him, but all the silver observation balls that are on him, they look, I guess, a bit shinier than even the Guyver 3. The blades are really interesting. These are square pegged, whereas for the Guyver, they don't have any peg at all, and it's just magnetically held in there. You know, I love the amount of detail that you can see in here. It's the representation from the anime is dead on. Like it is exact, which is so nice to see. It brings so many memories. Guyver's always been a favorite of mine, one of mine. I remember back in the 90s, way too young to be watching this, and my parents dropping me off as a kid at Blockbuster and saying, just find something, just rent something, a cartoon or something. And I remember stumbling onto the anime section at Blockbuster, and I found the original anime, and I absolutely fell in love with it. This touches on that for me so clearly. and I noticed things about the changes, like the differences in the suit from Guyver 1 to Guyver 3 that I hadn't even, I guess, mentally cataloged myself. You know, I've heard some people say these are all the same, or they're, you know, it's a blue Iron Man, or other things like that. And, you know, they're not copy and paste characters. It might initially look like that, but there are many, many different design changes between various characters. You know, 3 tubes here, or armor segments covering different ways here, or changes to the blade structure. You know, I think there's a lot to it when you take the time to look. Moving up from the legs here to the abdomen and chest, I have the Ultimate Edition Mega Smasher on, and holy cow, man. You know, you see videos where people talk about it, or you see pictures where people are looking at it, and it looks good, and you hear them talk about how fantastic it is, but when you see it in person, holy cow, I've never seen anything like that on a statue. It looks... It has so much depth. It's not just painted or a copy and paste. It looks almost jelly-like fresh and raw. Like, you know, looking at it, it just brings a lot of realism to it. Sure, they could have added, you know, if they wanted to take it to that next level, like you could add like a strobing light in there. I think I saw a mod on a recast on eBay that had that, and like the eyes glowed. And it looked cool, but it's just so not necessary. Like, I'm seeing it right now, and inside the structure looks like it's, you know, you see variance in color. I see almost pearlescence in there. It's amazing. For mine, I received Guyver 1 with one of these little collarbone pieces broken. I had to glue it back on. Not a huge deal, but mildly frustrating when you think about the fact that the Guyver 0 from Prime 1 had removable ones. Now, Guyver 3, he had fixed ones also. I did not have a broken from that, but you know, very well could have happened. The fact that they moved away from that seems confusing to me, and obviously they understood that it could break and chose not to for some reason. Each one seems to have very different mechanics, which is really odd to me. Guyver 1 has a removable head, waist, arm, even hand. Guyver 3, you can only change the waist and the arms and the blades, but no hand change, and the portrait is locked onto each abdomen bust. Looking at here, let's go to the head. The head, holy cow, this is a fantastic portrait. I don't know that I've ever seen a portrait as good as this. The eyes look like they have like a gem quality, like what Gio was talking about. Amazing. They have real depth to it. I looked back at Guyver 3 and realized that the same thing does exist in the Guyver 3 head, but it's not quite the same. I think there's a different depth to the eye that is greater on Guyver 1. Really draws you in, really stands out. Almost at certain ways it looks like it's being lit up. It captures so much light and reflects it back. It's astounding. I love it. Okay, so that's it for this pose here. I will put on the other bust so you can take a look real quick here. 1 second. Probably shouldn't do it like this, but I won't tell anybody if you won't. Okay, now this because it's long blades. Okay, so looking at this bust here, you can see it's the standard chest with the ultimate head. It has the exposed Sho Fukumachi face, which is from the first cover, I believe, of the anime, where he was pulling on it. Wonderful that they added it. It just kind of reminded me how, to my knowledge, both portraits that are locked onto each bust for Guyver 3, to me, look exactly the same. I don't see any difference between the bust, the portrait on them. That would have been nice if there was some way for the Guyver 3 for them to do that. Now, he did not have moments like that, I believe, in the manga or the anime where he had exposed his face in it, but needless to say, I think something different would have been cool. Short blades I have right now on this bust. This is not how I'm ever gonna pose it with the short blades. It's, you know, sorry, it's long blades or go home. But I will say, still a really cool portrait. And there may be times I use the standard bust chest as well. But okay, guys, I think that is it for details. I love many things about this. This is probably my favorite piece now. Even though I love Guyver 3 more, I am blown away by this piece. I think it was Prime 1's best that I've ever seen. Got my eyes out for that Batman Who Laughs. Gonna try and make that one happen. But for now, this is tops. So if you guys have any questions, comments, please let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys, and I'll answer anything I can. Remember, please like, subscribe, share. Let's get this channel going. This is Sean from Solis Review. Have a good one, guys. Bye.